The United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket carrying NASA's Tracking and Data Relay Satellite TDRSM stands on the launch pad at Space Launch Complex 41 on Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, poised for liftoff on August 18, 2017. The rocket rolled out to the pad 2 days earlier on August 16. Credit Ken Creamer KenCreamer.com. Kennedy Space Center (FL), the last of NASA's next-generation tracking and data relay satellites DRDS that looks like a giant alien fish, a cocooned creature, but actually plays an absolutely vital role in relaying critical science measurements, research data and tracking observations gathered by the International Space Station ISS, Hubble and a plethora of Earth science missions, is poised for blast-off Friday, August 18 morning from the Florida Space Coast. Liftoff atop a United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket. Liftoff of NASA's $408 million aerial insectoid-looking TDRSM science relay ComSat atop a United Launch Alliance ULA Atlas V rocket is scheduled to take place from Space Launch Complex 41 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station at 8:03 a.m. EDT 203 GMT, August 18. Up-close clean room visit with NASA's newest science data relay ComSat Tracking and Data Relay Satellite TDRSM inside the Astrotech Payload Processing Facility High Bay in Titusville, FL. 2 gigantic fold-out antennas, plus space-to-ground antenna dish visible inside the cicada-like cocoon with solar arrays below. Launch on ULA Atlas V slated for August 2017 from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, FL. Credit Ken Creamer KenCreamer.com. The Atlas V TDRSM launch stack was rolled out from the ULA Vertical Integration Facility VIF to Pad 41 Wednesday morning, August 16. The quad-mile move took about 30 minutes and went off without a hitch. The United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket carrying NASA's Tracking and Data Relay Satellite TDRSM stands on the launch pad at Space Launch Complex 41 on Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, poised for liftoff on August 18, 2017. The rocket rolled out from the VIF the pad 2 days earlier on August 16. Credit Ken Creamer KenCreamer.com. You can witness the launch with your own eyes from many public beaches, parks and spots ringing the Kennedy Space Center. If you can't personally be here to witness the launch in Florida, you can always watch NASA's live coverage on NASA television and the agency's website. The NASA ULA TDRSM launch coverage will be broadcast on NASA TV beginning at 7:30 a.m. as the countdown milestones occur on August 18, with additional commentary on the NASA launch blog https://blogs.nasa.gov. As you can watch the launch live at NASA TV at http://www.nasa.gov. NASA TV. The launch window opens at 8:03 a.m. EDT extends for 40 minutes from 8:03 a.m. to 8:43 a.m. In the event of delay for any reason, the next launch opportunity is Saturday, August 19, with NASA TV coverage starting about 7:30 a.m. EDT. The launch window opens at 7:59 a.m. EDT. The United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket carrying NASA's Tracking and Data Relay Satellite TDRSM stands on the launch pad at Space Launch Complex 41 on Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, poised for liftoff on August 18, 2017. The rocket rolled out to the pad 2 days earlier on August 16. Credit Ken Creamer KenCreamer.com. The weather looks quite good at this time, with an 80% chance of favorable conditions at launch time, according to U.S. Air Force meteorologists with the 45th Space Wing Weather Squadron at Patrick Air Force Base. The primary concerns on August 18 are for thick clouds and cumulus clouds. The odds remain at 80% favorable for the 24-hour scrub turnaround day on August 19. The launch was originally scheduled for August 3 but was delayed a few weeks when the satellite's Omni S-band antenna was damaged during final spacecraft closeout activities. The Omni S-band antenna was bumped during final processing activities prior to the planned encapsulation inside the nosecoon, said a Boeing official at the pre-launch media briefing, and had to be replaced and then retested. It is critical to the opening phases of the mission for attitude control. Inside the Astrotech Payload Processing Facility in Titusville, FL, NASA's massive insect-like tracking and data relay satellite, or TDRSM, spacecraft is undergoing pre-flight processing during media visit on the 13th of July 2017. TDRS-M will transmit critical science data gathered by the ISS, Hubble and numerous NASA Earth science missions. It is being prepared for encapsulation inside its payload fairing prior to being transported to Launch Complex 41 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station for launch on a United Launch Alliance Solar Atlas V rocket on 3 August 2017. Credit CanCreamer.com. The importance of the TDRS constellation of satellites can't be overstated. Virtually all the communications relay capability involving human spaceflight, such as the ISS, resupply vehicles like the SpaceX Cargo Dragon and orbital ATK Cygnus, and the soon-to-launch human space taxis like Crew Dragon, Boeing Starliner and NASA's Orion Deep Space Crew Capsule route the science results voice, data, command, telemetry and communications via the TDRS network of satellites. The TDRS constellation enables both space-to-space and space-to-ground communications for virtually the entire orbital period. Plus, it's a super busy time at the Kennedy Space Center. Because, if all goes well, Friday's launch will be the second this week. The excitement of space travel got a big boost at the beginning of the week with a lunchtime blast-off of a SpaceX Falcon 9 and Dragon spacecraft on a cargo mission carrying 3 tons of science and supplies to the space station. Read my on-site articles here. Blastoff of SpaceX Dragon CRS-12 on its 12th resupply mission to the International Space Station from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida at 12:31 p.m. EDT on Monday, August 14, 2017, as seen from the VAB roof. Credit CanCreamer.com. The success of Monday's SpaceX Cargo Dragon rendezvous and berthing to the ISS is virtually entirely dependent on the TDRS network of satellites. That network will be enhanced with Friday's planned liftoff of NASA's TDRS-M science relay ComSat. TDRS-M looks like a giant insect, or a fish depending on your point of view. It was folded into flight configuration for encapsulation in the clean room, and a huge pair of single-axis antennas resembled a cocoon or a cicada. The 15-foot diameter single-axis antennas are large parabolic-style antennas and are mechanically steerable. What does TDRS do? Why is it important? How does it operate? The existing space network of satellites like TDRS provide constant communications from other NASA satellites like the ISS or Earth-observing satellites like Aura, Aqua, Landsat that have high bandwidth data that needs to be transmitted to the ground. TDRS Deputy Project Manager Robert Buchanan explained to Universe Today during an interview in the Astrotech clean room. TRDS tracks those satellites using antennas that are articulate. Those user satellites send the data to TDRS, like TDRS-M we see here, and 9 other TDRS satellites on orbit now tracking those satellites. That data acquired is then transmitted to a ground station complex at White Sands, New Mexico. Then the data is sent to wherever those user satellites want the data to be sent as needed, such as a Science Data Ops Center or Analysis Center. The United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket carrying NASA's Tracking and Data Relay Satellite TDRS-M stands on the launch pad at Space Launch Complex 41 on Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, poised for liftoff on August 18, 2017. The rocket rolled out to the pad 2 days earlier on August 16. Credit CanCreamer.com. TDRS-M spacecraft, which stands for Tracking and Data Relay Satellite, M is NASA's new and advanced science data relay communications satellite that will transmit research measurements and analysis gathered by the astronaut crews and instruments flying aboard the International Space Station ISS, Hubble Space Telescope, and over 35 NASA Earth science missions including MMS, GPM, Aura, Aqua, Landsat, Jason 2 and 3 and more. The TDRS constellation orbits 22,300 miles above Earth and provide near-constant communication links between the ground and the orbiting satellites. TRDS-M will have S-Ku and Ka-band capabilities. Ka has the capability to transmit as much as 6 gigabytes of data per minute. That's the equivalent of downloading almost 14,000 songs per minute, says NASA. The TDRS program is managed by NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. TDRS-M is the third satellite in the third series of NASA's America's most powerful and most advanced tracking and data relay satellites. It is designed to last for a 15-year orbital lifetime. The first TDRS satellite was deployed from the Space Shuttle Challenger in 1983 as TDRS-A. TDRS-M was built by prime contractor Boeing in El Segundo, California, and is the third of a three-satellite series, comprising TDRS-K-L and M. They are based on the Boeing 601 series satellite bus and will keep the TDRS satellite system operational through the 2020s. TDSRK and TDRS-L were launched in 2013 and 2014. The Tracking and Data Relay Satellite project is managed at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. TDRS-M was built as a follow-on and replacement satellite necessarily to maintain and expand NASA's space network, according to a NASA description. The gigantic satellite is about as long as two school buses and measures 21 meters in length by 13.1 meters wide. It has a dry mass of 1,800 kilograms 4,000 pounds and a fuel mass of 3,454 kilograms 7,615 pounds at launch. TDRS-M will blast off on a ULA Atlas V in the baseline 401 configuration, with no augmentation of solid rocket boosters on the first stage. The payload fairing is 4 meters 13.1 feet in diameter and the upper stage is powered by a single-engine Centaur. TDRS-M will be launched to a geostationary orbit some 22,300 miles 35,800 kilometers above Earth. The final orbital location for TDRS-M has not yet been determined, Buchanan told me. The Atlas V booster was assembled inside the Vertical Integration Facility VIFTS LC-41 and was rolled out to the launch pad 2 days before liftoff, with the TDRS-M Science Relay ComSat comfortably encapsulated inside the nose cone. Carefully secured inside its shipping container, the TDRS-M satellite was transported on June 23 by a U.S. Air Force cargo aircraft from Boeing's El Segundo, California facility to Space Coast Regional Airport in Titusville, Florida, for pre-flight processing at Astrotech. Watch for Ken's continuing on-site TDRS-M, CRS-12, ORS-5 and NASA and space mission reports direct from the Kennedy Space Center and Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, Florida. Watch for Ken's. Stay tuned here for Ken's continuing Earth and planetary science and human spaceflight news. Learn more about the upcoming ULA Atlas TDRS-M NASA ComSat on August 18, 2017. SpaceX Dragon CRS-12 resupply launch to ISS on August 14, solar eclipse, NASA missions and more at Ken's upcoming outreach events at Kennedy Space Center. Quality in Titusville, FL August 17-18 TDRS-M NASA ComSat, SpaceX CRS-12 resupply launches to the ISS, Intelsat 35E, BulgariaSat-1 and NRO SpySat SLS, Orion, commercial crew capsules from Boeing and SpaceX, heroes and legends at KSCVC, ULA Atlas John Glenn Cygnus launch to ISS, SBI RSGO-3 launch, GEOESR weather satellite launch, OSIRIS-REx, Juno at Jupiter, Inside Mars lander, SpaceX and orbital ATK cargo missions to the ISS, ULA Delta IV heavy spy satellite, Curiosity and Opportunity explore Mars, Pluto and more, Kennedy Space Center. Quality in Titusville, FL, evenings Astrotech space operations, Atlas V rocket, Boeing, featured, Kennedy Space Center, KSC, NASA Goddard, SLC-41, TDRS-M, Tracking and Data Relay Satellite, ULA, United Launch Alliance.